Alexander the Warrior Jar's quest follows the player throughout their playthrough in the Lands Between. First meeting him in Limgrave up until the final encounter in Farum Azul, Alexander not only becomes a friend in the Lands Between, but a true warrior in the end. Throughout his quest, he gives you many a useful item as well as offering his hand in multiple battles along the way. Alexander's quest has ties to Jar Baron's quest, providing a key item to be able to complete it. So let us begin the great adventure that is Alexander the Warrior Jar's quest. You will first meet Alexander in Limgrave, stuck in a crater in the ground. The precise map location is shown. Like all quests, proceed over to him and begin talking. He will tell you how he is stuck and ask for your help in setting him free. Accept and give him the help he needs, precisely for someone to
give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big.
Though he wants something nice and big, any weapon should work. Proceed behind him and heavy attack him a few times before he springs free from the crater in which he was stuck, awarding you with the emote, Triumphant Delight. Once he's free, engage with him once more, upon which he will gift you with an exalted flesh. Exhausting his dialogue, he will tell you of the journey he is embarking on to Redmane Castle in Caelid, where a festival is held, and how he plans to participate in it. So ends your first of many encounters with Alexander the Warrior Jar. To my knowledge, this next encounter is unnecessary to advance his quest, but it will still give you further lore background on him, as well as the aforementioned festival he was talking about. You can find him in the rear jail tunnel entrance Site of Grace as shown on the map. He will mention he was trying to take a shortcut to Caelid, the route however is a dead end. Continue to talk to him and he will reveal more about himself as well as the warrior jars as a whole, as well as his aspirations to one day become a great champion himself. The next time you meet Alexander will be at the Festival of Radahn. He will be in Redmane Castle near the chamber outside the plaza, Site of Grace, near the marker as shown on the map. Talking to him, he will express how happy he is to see that you've come for the festival and further explain what the festival is as well as provide more lore in general. You now have to beat Radahn. Speak with Jaren, letting him know you are as ready as you can be, ride the elevator down, and enter the portal to begin the fight. Once you get onto the battlegrounds, there are multiple summon signs scattered near where your player character spawns in, one of them being Alexander's. You can call as many or a few champions as you'd like to help you win the battle. Either way, it will have no effect on any quests, Alexander's included. Slaughter Radahn and continue to the next step. After your fierce-fought battle with your allies against Radahn has concluded and you've claimed victory over the demigod general, you will now be able to find Alexander picking up scraps of dead warriors to shove inside himself near the Site of Grace. Approach him and discuss the battle that just took place. He will mention that he sustained great injuries during the battle and needs the warriors' bodies to help mend him and make him stronger. He departs by saying he looks forward to your next meeting with him. The next location we will find Alexander is going to be near the Artist's Shack Site of Grace on the marker shown. The path over to him is also illustrated. Ride over to him and observe he is once again stuck in another crater, seemingly going to or from Jarburg nearby. Begin conversing with him. He will once again ask you to help free him by hitting him with something nice and big from the rear. Oblige his request and go behind him to begin hitting him just as you did the first time you met him. However, after a couple of swings this time, he won't pop out, but rather he will ask you to stop as he is fearful that your swings may break him as he hasn't fully recovered from the Radahn fight. This is where we will need to get some additional equipment to help him out this time, Tarnished. This time you will need to drench him in oil in order to help set him free. This can be accomplished by obtaining the oil pot recipe and subsequently crafting oil pots to free him. From the Seofor River Grace, follow the path shown to find a nomadic merchant from who you can then purchase the Nomadic Warriors Cookbook 17, which contains the crafting recipe for the oil pot needed to free Alexander. After purchasing and gathering the necessary ingredients to craft an oil pot, head back over to Alexander. Throw a few pots at him until he compliments your clever thinking, at which point you can talk to him. Again, he will make his request that you hit him from behind with something nice and big. Upon freeing him, he will gift you 3 exalted flesh. Talking to him further, he will then tell you how he wants to go to a mountain to soak his body in lava to become mended and hardened. Once all dialogue is exhausted, you can proceed to the next step. Next, you will find Alexander on Mount Gelmir. I have shown a path from the Seathwater River Grace on how to get to him. There will be a magma worm that crawls from the lava pit he is soaking in that you will have to defeat in order to interact with him uninterrupted. Kill it and you can then talk to him from the rock crag that sticks out from the lava in peace. Upon talking with him, he will gift you the jar headpiece. Continuing to chat with him will reveal that the lava is not hot enough and that his plans are now to head eastward in search of an eternal flame to temper his body with. It's worth noting that you can summon him to fight the fire giant and further interact with him on the mountaintops of the giants after this step, but it is ultimately unnecessary for his quest and I don't have footage for this. The final place you will meet Alexander is going to be in Crumbling Farum Azul, the storm beyond time. Following the path shown from the Dragon Temple altar site of grace will bring you to him. It is worth noting that you will need 2 stone sword keys to access the elevator needed to proceed to his next and final location. Once you meet him, chat with him for further dialogue and ultimately, when you are ready, agree to challenge him in a battle to the death. Kill him, granting him a true warrior's death, and with his final words he will hand over the Shard of Alexander as well as Alexander's innards, which is the key item needed to complete Jar Baron's quest. With Alexander's death, his quest is completed. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more quest guides similar to this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell as not to miss anything. If you're curious on how to use Alexander's innards in Jar Baron's quests, click on the video above, and as always, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.